talking about how to get started on your actual writing. So yesterday you chose a prompt. Here are the 3 prompts, which are also in your notebook in front of you. The first prompt is to choose a character. That makes a big change from the beginning of the story to the end. And then you're going to tell us how that character changes. What were they like before this event? How did this event change them? If you choose prompt A, you get to pick the character and you tell us what change the character made, and that is your goal of your essay. Prompt B says choose one event. So choose something that happens in both the book and the movie. Explain how the movie is different from the book. What does the movie not have from the book, and how does that change how you view the movie? Keep in mind, all of these questions are just about one event. You're not talking about the entire story. Pick one thing that happens, talk about that one thing, and that's it. And C, what is the theme of The Wizard of Oz? If you talk about C, you're just going to talk about theme, and that's it. For prompt A, the first thing you're going to write is your claim. After you know what your claim is, you can get started writing the rest of your body paragraph, knowing what your goal is for that paragraph. So if you choose prompt A, and that's where you talk about the change in a character, you're going to tell us what character did you choose in your claim. The very first sentence of your paragraph, you'll tell us what character did you choose and what was their problem. The reason you're going to tell us about their problem is because if they didn't have a problem, they would have no need to change. If they didn't have a problem, they would stay the same in the entire story. They do have a problem, and they do make a change, and you're going to talk about that problem. You're going to talk about that change. So here are some optional sentence frames. If you don't like these sentence frames, you don't have to use them. These are just options. The first option is the character blank changed by blank. So up here you would tell us what their name was. Maybe you're going to talk about Toto. And it's changed by how did they change in the second blank. So maybe Toto changed by learning how to play fetch. That's not true. However, that is how this would work. Tell us the character name. For example, the character Tin Man changed by, how did he change? At the end of the story, how did Tin Man change? That's what you would tell me there. Or you could use this sentence frame. This says, in the story, character name, learned that, what did he or she learn? So these are 2 optional sentence frames. In your claim for prompt A, your goal is to tell us, in general, how did they change? You're not going to go into specifics and tell your evidence and your reason. In here, you're just telling us, in general terms, how did they change? Because they did change. What did they do to change? What was it like? So that is prompt A. Prompt B is to pick one event, just one, that's it. You're not talking about the whole story. You're just telling us about one thing that happened and nothing else. For that one thing that happened, for the claim, the very first sentence of your paragraph, you're just going to introduce what event you chose. What event did you choose? That's it. The rest of your paragraph will compare and contrast the book to the movie. If you didn't see the movie, you can't do this prompt. But if you did see the movie, then in your claim, you're just going to tell us what one event you chose. So an optional sentence frame is, one thing that happened in The Wizard of Oz was blank. And here, you would tell us, what event did you choose? That's what goes in this blank. And the last prompt was for you to talk about the theme of The Wizard of Oz. In the other video, I showed you what resources you have to figure out theme. But for your claim, if you choose to talk about theme, you're just going to tell us what the theme is. That's it. So here's an optional sentence frame. The theme of The Wizard of Oz is blank. What's the theme? That's all you're telling us. And then you're going to explain it in your reasons, and you're going to explain it in your evidence by giving us quotes that show the character's learning, whatever it is, or show the theme. But for your claim, it's just one sentence, no more than one sentence. And it shouldn't be a long one. It should be short and sweet. We're adding details into the body paragraph itself. Details don't go in the claim. This is just this is what you're going to hear. It's kind of like a preview. That's it.